Hello, 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 and welcome to this evening's Grand Prix. You join myself, Lemony Tang, and crew in the commentary booth. This is the PLR Season 4 Tier 1 Round 1 from Sazuka, Japan. How are you doing, crew? How are things? I hope you're keeping well with a new season, new fresh set of boots, new championship. How are you?
We're back! Yeah, we are. Have you missed us? Yeah, I know you have. Yeah, all is grand, mate. I'm a bit knackered myself personally at this moment in time because I've just rushed home from rugby training because that's now back allowed on, which is excellent for my mental being able to whack someone benefit, but still. Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
God help the man on the other end of you running at them on a mission. That's all I can say on that one. Holy Christ.
And that's just the buffet and or bar.
Absolutely fantastic. Holy moly. Hello to everyone out there on our streaming channels there. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we'll get through the comments during this broadcast there this evening. But this is qualifying one, crew. The lads are just starting to come out onto track at the moment.
Certainly are, and this is part of our new format we're trialling for this shortened season, just mixing it up a bit, keeping it all nice and fresh. We've just this is basically we're on about a week or two off, and we're having the second half of the season we haven't raced yet, all mixed up, all randomly drawn between the three tiers. So there's going to be the 11 races we've yet to race. This is the first, and also a randomly selected one from the 12 races we have raced. So as to keep it all nice and fresh, there's no two same tiers in any 1 week of racing the same track. So tier 2 on Wednesday will not be here, neither will tier 3 on Friday. So it's all goosey goody gumdrops.
Absolutely brilliant there, as you say, crew, that we're pretty much spicing it up there. We're not going with the usual Formula 1 calendar. We're doing a random pick there. I think it's about 10 AM on the day of the race, so no one really gets a chance to put in them massive amount of hours. Like, considering the Formula 1 drivers in real life only get 2 hours worth of practice nowadays in practice 1 and 2, 1 hour now each. And then the same with practice 3, so that's 3 hours of practice for each track these days instead of the usual 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just something we just do a bit differently, you know, try and mix things up a bit. I mean, we're not new to the game. The lads have been racing this game for 10 months now, 9 or 10 months for how long it's been out. So we've all got setups for the track. So just to mix it up a bit, make it a bit more interesting. The other thing as well we've changed the point scoring system as well. So instead of the top 10 getting points, we're going to the top 15, and we're awarding points for pole position and fastest lap now as well. So a bit more incentive to keep guys on the track rather than giving up halfway through a race across all tiers.
yeah, no, that's always a good sign there, you know. Keep the drivers entertained as well. You don't want to be like, if you get caught out at the start of the race, alright, you're kind of waiting for a safety car, but at least if you can capitalise on other people's crashes and get it, like as you say, come 15th, but you still get them 2 or 3 points, and at the end of the championship, points mean prizes. So that's what
points do mean prizes. You're quite right, sir.
That's it. So look, we're looking on board here with Justice Jackson, as he's just the first car really, apart from Jack DNF, on a lap at the moment. So we'll just keep him in the background, just to let the guys know there behind there. This track was made in 1962. It was opened. It's owned by Honda Corporation, so they're the big boys over there. And 1987 was the first Grand Prix. It is 18 turns. It's a 5.8 kilometer track, 3.6 miles to everyone else out there. And yeah, so there has been some serious history made at this track. We'll go through it during our broadcast, but always an entertaining place to be there, crew.
I have always liked this track. As a spectator, I've always liked it. It's always been, it's been good to bring the season down. We've seen some big clashes over the years and what have you. But I mean, I know it's not a particularly popular track by the majority on the game, by a lot of people, but I don't dislike it. It's just one of those, in the first sector, you need to have a rhythm. If you don't have a rhythm, that first section there, you mess up one corner, you just mess up the entire lot. It's a complete chain reaction. It's a domino effect, the first sector.
Oh man, stop the lights. We're just having a look at Toad here, going through, coming out of this second part, coming up towards Spoon. But yeah, as you say, crew, this track is a rhythm track, man, and literally, as you say, the first sector wants to bite you at any second, and especially that first left-hander on the S's. That was very close to the Red Bull, I must say. But that first left-hander, man, if that rear end comes around, it's not biting you. You're out of the Grand Prix. That's the end of it. Like, you know, you're into the wall.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of momentum goes through them corners, and you've not got enough chance to slow down or steer away from any of them barriers, which is quite deceptive because they're quite some way away. So it's not on top of you. Toad just goes into P1, 126.5.
Jubbly there, Toad throwing down a nice old gauntlet there for everyone else, but go on, Olive Square is about to come across the line now as well. What's he gonna post up here for his first run out there? 127.8. So these drivers are definitely feeling that the lack of testing here is affecting this pace just a small bit, I suppose, Crew.
I think it is, and it's a little bit of, you know, putting the feelers out. I think Q1's a good opportunity to just go out there and stay out there, because there's only one person going to be knocked out of this session, so it's a good opportunity just to go out there, spend 5 laps on one set, get your banker lap in, and then just get to grips a bit of it there.
I want to say, I think we're joined in the commentary booth there by the old Shane O'Mac. Shane, are you there?
Yeah, I'm indeed. Yeah, how's it going?
How are you doing, buddy? How are things? How happy to see you here on this beautiful Monday evening.
Oh, I know, yeah. And I'm here on a school night and everything, you know. But yeah, I was just catching up on the Discord there, just reading, seeing no shows and stuff like that. So all that sort of stuff, you know.
Sassy, nicely done. Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah,
look.
I was listening to you there about the pace. It probably you will see pace. You know, you might be a couple of tenths down, I reckon, with the lack of practice. But I'm sure it'll probably be closer from first to 16th. I'm sure that the delta between the fastest and slowest will be smaller. But sure, we'll try it. See what happens. The season's only going to be 12 races, as long as we were talking about earlier. So if things don't work out, we can always change it again. You know what I mean? Like, at least we're trying something different to try to spice things up. And yeah, but I think it's interesting. I think it's going to be really enjoyable.
I agree. I really agree with it. I couldn't disagree with you any at all in the slightest, mate. Yeah. It's just it's fresh.
Yeah.
Bang
exciting.
Yeah.
And I already know that we're probably going to be hearing things. Oh well, this wouldn't have happened if we had more time to practice, and there'd be things like that's going to happen over the season for sure. We're already ready for them. We know people are going to say it. So.
Well, we're all in the same boat, really. In fairness, though, it helps the likes of myself here now on my side of things. I barely drive the game anyway. I just do a bit of practice there the day before, as I was saying earlier, maybe an hour or two on time trial, get to know the track. But like, if I could put some of the time in, some of these guys can. In fairness, I done it back in the day. Not saying I didn't, but you know, you're just in another league, and it's nice to be there. But you want to try and rein them back in a little bit, especially if you're like me near the back of the field.
That's it, yeah. We started this league during COVID lockdown, and I think the world, every country, all of us were pretty much. We had all the time in the world to be playing F1 games, and we were doing full seasons, as I know you mentioned earlier on. But there was an awful lot of burnout. Like, you're doing 22, 23 races per week. A race a week, or 23 weeks. And it's mentally tough, like, you know what I mean, to be able to put that effort in.
At first, we did 2 races a week, didn't we?
We did,
in the last game, in 2019 game.
We did.
In the very beginning, we did, yeah.
But I even remember with season 2, and by this stage, by Sazuka, I was already like, when's the season going to end? And, you know, already, you know, at that limit. So we're reducing the races, gives people a chance to, you know, sometimes what can happen is you could have a few races at the start of a season, get a bit of bad luck, and you're looking 4 races into a 23 race championship, and you go, I've no hope anymore. And then you lose that motivation then to keep going, where you know that you're right, okay, well, this season's only going to be 12 races, I can go again, I might have another chance in the next season, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to be good.
I find it though, Shane, as you say there, right, a bit of burnout, yeah, fair enough. And look, the realist, as you say, will be on it there, but at the same time, you know, like, the reason why we're doing this is to spice it up for these drivers, for everyone else out there as well. So, and that's I think the way this is going to be a good one to look into anyway. So, yeah, pretty decent on that one, to be fair.
And I think the last thing we were just saying about there about COVID was that as like most of us, or pretty much all of us that worked, even the guys that were in school, they didn't have school. They didn't, we didn't have work, so we had all this time and we could commit to playing, putting all the effort in, all the practice in, all that sort of stuff, and race every week. But as you can see now, more people are going back to work. Things are starting to open up. People have less time to commit, so a shorter season, I think, will suit the majority as well. That if you can't commit to a season, like say for example, I had to pull out last season, so that was going to be a 23 race season. That's going to be basically a half a year that I straight away couldn't race. But now in this situation, it's 12 weeks, and my circumstances might change in 12 weeks time. So, for example, I'm sure I'm not the only person that can write. I can't race now, but in 12 weeks time I can. You're not waiting 6 months, 5-6 months for the next championship to start. You know what I mean? So, I do think it's going to benefit everybody. For sure. We'll see how it goes. I suppose we're talking a lot. I know it's race 1 of the season, and I suppose it's good to kind of fill in everybody about the changes to the league, because it is quite different. There's a lot of new drivers. There's a lot of different drivers in different tiers. Drivers come up from tier 3. Kelly Mack, Leo Cat's our tier 3 champion. He fully deserves to be in this tier. You can already see straight away he's in P3. You see there Kelly Mack, Spider-Man. I know it's only a 16 car grid at the moment, but you have 3 tier 3 drivers in the top 10 at the moment. So,
in fairness, Shane, thanks very much for pointing that out there. I didn't know myself which ones are tier 3 and tier 2 guys, but there's been
Jack DNF is our tier 2 champion. He's there in P11, and I'm just looking at
just Coconuts has come up from tier 2 as well. Yeah,
he has. Yeah.
So I mean, so as you say, Shane, we're kind of spicing it up as much as we can, doing these tier swaps, to try to get people with the right pace in with the right kind of crowd. And with the shortened season, it does open up opportunities like that as well, especially if someone's running away with it. So, deadly buzz altogether.
Yeah, it's just that tier 3, we started that kind of halfway through the season last year, and we had a lot of drivers in the lobby in our league, but they didn't have like a seat in any tier, and our tiers were full at the time. So our tier 3 had a kind of a broad range of pace. We had guys that were fast enough for tier 1, we had guys fast enough for the tier 2, and then we had drivers that were in the right tier that they should be in tier 3. So it had, I think even at some stages that some of the pole position laps in tier 3 were good enough for the front row in tier 1. So it showed that some of these guys were fast enough to compete with the big boys as such, So this is another thing, having this reboot, after 12 races, to go again for another 12 races, gives us that opportunity then to be able to put drivers into the right tier, into the tier that matches their pace and their driving standards and stuff like that. So it only makes the tier better. It'll only make the league, that specific tier, closer from the top to bottom. If we're getting guys coming in replacing maybe guys that were, say the bottom of tier 1, they're probably better off in tier 2, and you have these 3 guys coming into tier 1 from tier 3, even not even counting the 2 that came from tier 2. Even just counting the 3 guys coming from tier 3, they're automatically tier 1 pace straight away. And then obviously the tier 2 lads fully deserve it for it in their own right. They had a fantastic season, consistent, won races, done a great job. So you have, to me, from 20 to 1st is going to be even closer. And I think we had it at one stage last year where it was like 1.2 seconds or something.
We had it closer than, we had it there as well, but also the season before.
Yeah, in USA.
No, Brazil it was. When I was still in tier 1, I went out of Q1 in P17, and I was about six, and I went out of Q1 in P17, and I was 6.5 tenths off P1.
Yeah. I think I remember that's when I got knocked out in Q2.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And because of the tyre incident with a certain driver, we'll name names. But I was in P11 and I was on mediums and I was 4.5 tenths off Paul. But Brazil is a track that is it is a short track. So the delta.
It's a close delta in it, like that in Austria. And
I think 1.5 seconds between 1st and 17th in USA is in Q1. To me, is more of an impressive judge of pace over a tier. And I think as well we had, I think it was not the Bahrain short. I think it was Bahrain, the full Bahrain international circuit. I think we had a 1.5 second delta as well this season. But I think it'd be even closer this year. Looking at the drivers that we have, the Quasar took a nice scenic route there through the gravel track to get back into the pits. He's unfortunate for him. He's in the Mercedes, so he has the longest pit exit of anyone else.
Yeah, that's one that I hated having the Williams. I voiced that as well, but it worked out in qualifying because I could leave 20 seconds earlier. sorry, 20 seconds later, 15 seconds later than others. Yeah. I think for Equator to get out, I think he realistically needs to be leaving the pits at 140. Because if you look at it, it's going to take probably 10 seconds to get from the Mercedes garage to the pit limiter. Yeah.
Then it's a
it looks like he's okay anyway, because unfortunately Optic hasn't improved in P16. He's in the pit lane, so it looks like we are set now for the top 15.
Right.
Yeah, Optic's retired, so our 15 is as it is, so everyone can turn the engines off, save your tyres, go home, get on to the next session.
Yeah. Definitely.
But still there, looking at that, Optic's a little bit away from P15, just around about 4 tenths away, but like you were just saying then, 1st to 6th, 15th there is 1.3 seconds, so, there we're saying about how close it is with the pace.
Yeah, and this is another thing when you're thinking about drivers trying to get into Q3 on the medium tyre, because I know from what I remember around here, I think it is quite a significant thing on mediums.
Passassin, sorry to cut you off, Shane. Passassin just lost it and he's parked it in front of the barrier and didn't cause any damage, luckily enough for him.
Very fortunate. He's in P1, so I think he's pretty safe. Him going out there,
I think a few poos may have left him. if he'd have been that, he would have been out of qualifying, out of the session, regardless if he was fast.
Well, as well, I'm watching from the. I'm watching a bit later, so.
And Jack DNF's just done the exact same thing in the same car at the same place.
The Yankee corner. I don't know the name of it, but.
Yeah. The pair of them have done the exact same thing.
I'm a bit closer now to the stream. It was like 40 seconds behind.
You can get you in the lobby if you want to spectate because there's space.
I was going to leave you to it for the race anyways, but just looking at it there, just what point earlier on I was just mentioning about trying to start the race on medium tyres. I don't know the delta, probably half a second at the minimum, I say it's at least a half a second. So you're looking at the gap between 1st and 10th there, that's what, just less than a second?
Yeah, 9 tenths, 9.5 tenths, yeah.
Or even, so realistically, Passassin's probably, unless someone pulls a lap out of the bag, Passassin's only one really, realistically, if you judge Q1 pace. Maybe drivers are still holding a bit in reserve, but
yeah,
it'll be quite difficult with the pace now to be able to optimise your strategy for the race and get into Q3 as well.
It's going to be interesting because we've got a nice close little gaggle from P7 to P11, all within just over a tenth of each other there and all, so Coconuts as well, so 2 tenths between 2, 4, 6 drivers when they're fighting for the last spots in Q2 in a few minutes time.
Yeah. Even 12th to 4th, it's what, less than 5 tenths, it's really
5.5 tenths, yeah. It's what we want, it's exactly what we want. We really, really want.
What drivers actually might start doing, if they don't have a lot of time to practice, is use Q1 as a practice session. Go out.
Yeah.
And
spend time out there. Yeah, that's what I said to Gav earlier. Yeah, it's a way to do it. If you're not familiar with it, just spend a bit of time out there. Get your lap nailed early, so there's no danger of going out, and then, especially in this situation when you're in position, just stay out. You use the same tyres and just get out there. I mean, especially in this situation when we're only losing one driver because of the numbers, but
it was
So Optic is the one unlucky one. P16
Lads,
for Optic.
I was watching it out there, poor old Optic there, getting the short end of the stick, unfortunately, in this qualifying session. But them two Ferrari boys, man, they were threatening that barrier and Dunlop curve there.
It's exactly what we were saying. Yeah.
You seen the first one go off Passassin, but I caught Jack DNS one on the stream there myself. So that was a pretty tasty rear ender that was.
Synchronised, wasn't it?
I tell you, it was.
Looking forward to seeing Ferrari with two champions, Tier 1, Tier 2 champions, both in the one team.
Yeah.
Say Ferrari don't know what to do with themselves that they have a champion, champions in the car,
Here we go. That's it,
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Kimi Räikkönen was the last Ferrari champion in 2007. Yeah. God love us all. All the Ferrari fans remember that one.
The lads won a championship in a Red Bull and a Renault, so I suppose it's a bit. So if you think of Vettel and Alonso, the last two world champions in a Ferrari, both won their championships in a Red Bull and a Renault. So
it's mad, man. It's mad. Hopefully the Scuderia look won't rub off on these boys and they'll actually get going. Get good. But
That's it. Now, I don't know if you heard much of the conversation. We're just saying there that the pace between the top 10, even the top 12, is quite close.
Yeah, there's 1.3 between first and 15th, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But it, just with the tyre, like you'd want to be starting mediums around here. So I can't remember the delta, but I think it's at least a half a second. It could be. I think it's even more closer to probably 8, 9 tenths. So if you're even the likes of Assassin, who was the fastest in Q1. If he doesn't nail a lap, if he doesn't nail his lap, he could be seeing himself having to start on softs.
Assassin is out on the mediums, as you say. Jack DNF has gone out on the softs though, so he's just like, you know what?
Keep the mediums. If you feel like you're not confident enough that you're going to make it, don't waste a tyre and have a fresh set of mediums for the race tomorrow.
Fresh.
Fresh.
As you do, man. You can't beat a fresh pair of brand spankers on your car.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're on board of Assassin anyway. He's coming into the chicane, the chicken as Alonso would call it.
Yeah.
1989, Senna and Prost.
Yep.
Yeah, the famous old chicane incident. But anyway, he's coming across the line now to start his lap down into turn 1, lads. Flat out into the first part, and then hard onto the anchors there to get the second apex. Whoa, car looking tasty through there. Very nicely done. Into now the S-curves, this quick left, right, and then this slight hesitation on the left. He's pretty much Harry Flatters through there. Fair play to him up towards the Dunlop curve now.
Jack DNF has DNF'd. I'm sorry to cut you off, fellas. Jack has binned it on the exit of the first corner, second corner, if you count it as 1 or 2. But
there he is there, yeah. Seeing him. Sick buzz for himself.
Oh, hang on. Canetti's just had a moment as well. Ooh, he almost lost it. Just as he's coming under the bridge, he did lose it, but he almost lost his wheel.
What I found from around here is that it's very easy to get oversteer, and even Assassin on his lap there.
Yeah.
You can see he had to correct it at Dunlop because he could just feel there he is as well there. And I actually drive with a little bit more understeer around here. To me, I feel balance and trusting the rear end, even though technically might be a tenth or two slower, but you can extract more from it, and you're not nervous with the back end.
Yeah, if you can give it the beans and it's like a Skeletrix car, then and it's 2/10 slower, then so be it.
Yeah,
in my opinion, that's what I'd rather.
Especially if you're doing 30 laps in a race.
Exactly,
it only takes one spin, and I think I remember talking to you before. I think it was Hungary in turn 4, you know, the left-hander up the hill. You know the way that's notorious, that you can lose the rear and hit the wall and you're out. And I think I was losing like a tenth or two to us in qualifying. I think it might have been season 1 or season 2 or whatever. Or in the race I was losing a tenth or two every time, and it's like, here, I'd rather give up those 2 tenths and not end up in the wall. Because the finish first season was finished, you know, so...
Agreed.
Give it, you know, I mean, yeah, you can take it there, but I'll try to get back somewhere else, and... Yeah.
Nah, that's fair enough. Like, we're having a look here with PLR Toad.
Yeah. And Williams.
Yeah, coming across the line there, 127 out on the medium, so that could be just on that cusp, lads. Maybe a little bit under it, in fairness. He might be too happy with that one, but everyone else just about, I think, switchback is just across the line. He is indeed in 4th position there on that attempt.
Yeah. The Saturn was 4 tenths slower in Q2 from on the mediums than he was on the softs in Q1, so that's 4 tenths. But you also have track evolution, and obviously he might be pushing it a little bit more, and he might have been you know, fuel modes and stuff like that.
Yeah, he might have been saving it in Q1 as well a bit.
But I think even track evolution is probably going to be a tenth or two in anyway. So I think that at least 5 tenths is probably accurate. I didn't see Boat on board, so he might, you know, that's not including mistakes that might have been made through each lap as well. So
yeah,
don't really remember the other laps. I know.
Just on board of Itchy here, he's gone through into 6th position on that attempt there. So who else is out on a lap here? Quasar is out on a lap, 42 seconds into his one at the moment. Coming through the hairpin. It looks like some other drivers up in front are going to get across the line before him, but we'll stay on board of the Quasar anyway, just to get a bit of momentum into this one. Coming into Spoon Curve now, famously, where David Hill and all spun off that year. I can't remember. I think it was 1995.
Yeah, Itchy's just lost it. Just lost his wing though, luckily enough for him. That's all the damage was done.
Yeah, Dunlop Curve, we can see it down there in the track monitor. Yeah, it was 1995. Hill went off into Spoon Curve there. Schumacher wasn't too unhappy that day to see that happen. Quasar hit the 7th on that one there now. So people just finishing off their first attempts at the moment. Some other drivers out there on outlaps now as well. Jack DNF, as you pointed out, has been out of the exit of turn 1. Unfortunate for himself. Must have got on that grass crew with Shane and probably just spat that rear end around, and that's the way she goes, I suppose.
It just goes back to what we were saying, what Shane was saying, and I touched on about the rear end. You know, you need to have a firm booty around this track. Giggity.
You do.
You need a solid booty. You need to be able to trust it. It's one of those. It's quite deceptive in that respect, because you don't think that this is that sort of track. Sometimes it's like you're driving a shopping trolley round.
Just jumping on board of Coconuts there. Just Coconuts is about to start his lap, so.
It's great seeing, actually. Just noticing a lot of red helmets, and I don't know if you have mentioned that about the red helmets.
No, not as of yet.
Later, but it's great to see, and I'm sure we'll mention it. We'll definitely mention it later on.
Yeah.
But I think even with the rear end, even taking a bit out of the front also stiffens that rear end as well. You don't necessarily have to load a load of wing onto the back and then give yourself too much drag. You know, you could even take a bit out of the front to give that a little bit more, make the car a little more pointier, and rather than having that. You can see here, he's just confident.
You can do that way around. That's the glass. You know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, though, isn't it? I'd rather stick it on the rear end because there's so many changes of direction.
Yeah.
In this track,
and you can even see Coconuts there. He was a bit wobbly. He's still out 2 tenths down now on Passassin. It was a 31.3.
Jackson's retired. He's off.
Jackson's off in the S's. The beginning of the lap, left-hand barrier.
Yeah, Jackson's out.
That's another point about, and it's that corner where Jackson's lost. So that left-hander, that curb unsettles the rear. You spin. Dunlop, another instant for it, and I think that's really the two of them. They're the two main ones. You can lose it. You can get a bit wobbly and spoon, but I think that's more if you touch a curve. Or, it's not really set up, but it's those two corners for your setup that you need to nail.
If you go wide on Degner one man, you're into the wall of Degner too.
There are things that your setup is irrelevant. I think if you run wide, no matter what you have.
That's talent.
We're watching this now happen today. I know for a fact I won't be racing this on Wednesday, so I'm chuffed to bits that we're not doing this first.
Yeah. Are we not able to pick the same one out of coincidence now?
No. It's all been done.
Yeah. It's all been done. The whole season, like, I don't know Tier 3. Crew doesn't know Tier 2.
Yeah, me and Shane, we orchestrated it in such a way that, because obviously we race in different tiers and what have you, we both know Tier 1.
There's some juicy goss to be had out there then, is there?
Oh, yeah. I don't know Tier 2, so the only thing I know, and the only thing that Shane will know, if anything, it's a bit more to Shane's advantage than it is to mine, is that, and yours, Gav, is I know that I'm not at Japan, and let's say we're at, I don't know,
Monaco
or something, which we could be. Okay. Let's say we're at Monaco on Wednesday. Shane then knows on Friday I'm not at Monaco or Japan. So
yeah, and then you have that leaves 10 tracks because we have a 12 race championship. But actually, that makes a lot of sense, because if you think about it, when we get to say the third last race of the season, Tier 3 lads can pretty much guess what track they have.
Yeah.
Depending on, so they obviously know there's 3 tracks left, and then you get your, I suppose, what might not necessarily, but I was thinking there, if you look at the tracks that have been raced in Tier 1 and 2, and you only have 3, but I don't think that'll actually work. Actually, you still won't know for sure. I think it's only till the last race of the season.
Como took a really weird line there to get onto his lap. Sorry there, Shane.
Across the gravel, I seen that.
Yeah, it was just real weird. Anyway, he's on his lap. But yeah.
So yeah, we have one random track from the first 12 races of the season, and that includes all races that we done in season 3. So that is from Australia. That will also include the Bahrain short track, because we did do it in the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Up to Austria,
Vietnam.
that was their last race of the season. Vietnam too.
Vietnam, Yep.
So potentially could come up.
It could
come up.
The controversy.
But the thing is as well, with the random track, all 3 tiers could have the same random track. All 3 tiers could have a different track, because the random pick track isn't happening on the same week. So if next week it's the random track for Tier 1, it won't be Tier 2, it won't be Tier 3. It could be Tier 2 this week, it could be Tier 3 this week.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
The first race of the season could be random, the last race of the season could be a random track, dependent, I know, for a specific tier. You could finish, the last race of the season could be Monaco at night, you know what I mean? Bahrain short, it could be Australia, it doesn't,
and also as well, just put out there, if we do Bahrain short, we do it how we did before. It's going to be 100% again if we end up with that one.
Yeah, it will be, because
so it will match what we did in the last season. So.
If the game was able to give the right amount of laps for a 50% race, we would do a 50% race. But the game, excuse me, the game gives a 50% lap count the same as the international track, which is twice as long. So
yeah. It was fine when we did the 100% there.
Yeah, to me it was one of my favourite races to watch.
I liked it.
But it might even come up as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it might not. You never know.
Who knows, lads? Who knows? Sure, there's only 1 minute 45 seconds left on this clock. This Q2 session's gonna get spicy. We have obviously Pure Jackson and Jack DNF are gonna be out, so that means there's only gonna be 3 spots then to be knocked out here. So Spider-Man's in that cusp at the moment. Big Bambino and Ola Square are in the drop zone, but can they make any differences, lads? Big Bambino and Ola Square still have yet to sell a lap time.
Oliver's not out of the pits, and it's a 21. Like, is there a reason why Oliver's not leaving the pit lane?
No idea, man.
I think he just went back in.
Right.
We're on
So
board.
he must have just mistimed it. Sorry, Gav.
No, just saying we're on board a Big Bambino, lads. That's all.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, just through the Degnas there, going down into the hairpin where Kvyat had his monumental accident in 2015 in qualifying. So that was a great one. That was nice to see. He walked away. It's always great to see cars getting wrecked when people walk away. But yeah.
Notice as well, Passassin's getting a cheeky little toe from behind of Bambino as well.
This track though is going to wreck your tyres with that toe. It's just going to be disastrous with these.
I want to be as close as he is here now. Like,
not too bad.
It isn't too bad, but around Spoon, you'll feel that in Spoon there now.
That's
and
the
I also
thing.
noticed as well, Assassin couldn't gamble on the mediums. He's out on softs.
Why would he set a lap time then if that's the case?
I think he's just worried. But if you look at it, top 10, it is the second away. Like,
Big Bambino getting himself in the third on that one, but Assassin keeping himself up there as well, nicely doing. So it looks like Equator.
Everyone who's out on track now are on softs.
yeah.
Ola Square has checkered flag beside him, so it's between Spider-Man now. He's on a lap, but he's definitely feeling the pressure.
And Itchy.
Yeah, and Itchy as well, as you say, Shane. Switchback only, not even like a tenth in front of the boys there as well on the drop zone, so he can't really settle himself. So Kenneth is on a 127.3. The boys, if they can get over that, lads, that's
Itchy's
what they
quitting the
need
last
to aim
chicane
for.
now. He's well up on his time, Itchy. I think he's the best part of a second up at the moment.
Jumping on board with him now. Itchy into third position. What an effort by Itchy. Great lap time. Spidey here now. Oh no, wait. Switchback is coming around.
First. Yeah, he's about 8-9 tenths up himself.
Can he get a qualifying in the turn himself? Absolutely fantastic. So here we go. Spider-Man now. What can he do? Kenneth's into the drop zone at the moment, so he needs to be at 127.3. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Equator is being knocked out. Oh, what can Equator do? He's on it. No, he's not. He's on 6 seconds.
He's well down. He's well down.
Oh,
and that's not the end of the world for Tommy there in P11. If that was me, I'd be quite happy with that. Brand spanking new tyres. Brand spanking new tyres. Fresh,
Starting
fresh
hard,
strategy. Start on hards. That's exactly what I'd be doing. But
well, and I want to say something here about Equator. Equator finished third last in season 3 and second in season 2. So
and third, I think, in season 4
third last year.
as
well. Season 3.
Sorry, Sorry, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And he's not in. I mean, and I know it's only the first race season, but you can just shows you the look how close it is. You know what I mean? Like it's and I don't think Equator's 11th fastest. It just shows you that even if you're have an off day, or even if you lose a couple of tenths on your flying lap. It's the difference between getting into Q2 and Q3 now. So you have to be on it everywhere, all the time. So it's really, really good. Another point as well to make note of is that the pole sitter gets 3 points for getting pole position this season. So
yes,
we do have that. So the top 10 drivers here now have something to fight for. I think, well, if you just look at Q2, Passassin is. All the changes we've done, Assassin still at the moment looks relatively comfortable. But
he will have been P2 if he stayed on the mediums there.
He would have.
Sorry, P3. P3 he would have been.
Assassin's smashing it, as you say, lads. But right now we have Equator down in 11th, Kenneth there in 12th, Pure Jackson 13th, Jack DNF 14th, and Ola Square 15th. Their positions are locked for the Grand Prix. And now we'll move on to qualifying 3 now, where the top 10 shootout will go for that pole position lap time. Can't wait for it, lads.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I felt like I should have gone to a commercial break then.
I know, yeah, so do I. I was laughing a bit.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh
She'll
yeah, by the way, my money's on Passassin.
Yeah. Taking it early. Very nicely done, Jay. So this is Q3 now, 12 minutes on the clock. The green light at the end of the pit lane. Who's your money on?
My money, well, if we can't pick Assassin because of Crew's pick Assassin, but if I want to pick someone for second, I am going to go with the Tier 3 champ. I'm going to go with Leo.
Leo for
That's for
pole.
second. for second. But,
For Paul.
yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Switchback. I think he could pull one out of the bag. Maybe it's just the name, but I think something's gonna do the old switcheroo here.
Yeah.
I tell you, people, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. Gav, just before these laps start, there's a fair amount of comments coming in. I'm watching your stream, I can't see the comments. Do you know what they're saying? Do we know what the weather's going to be like for the race? Is it going to be wet?
No idea. Yeah, it's on the PLR, Shane. It's on that there. I'm using that to
But just in the comments of the stream itself, there's 36 of them there. Do you see what?
Just people saying, let's go. Come on, Calmac. Can't wait till Wednesday. And then there's a bit of love there for Pains as well.
I'll take it on my phone. I'll get us another viewer as well, so I'll get the phone out.
Yeah, exactly. There a lot of love for Pains, obviously, as well at this difficult time for himself, which we will. The drivers, as you kind of mentioned earlier on there, Shane, are wearing a red helmet today to symbolise himself. They've lost someone very close to himself in the family, so we're going to be doing something nice for the formation lap there. A moment of silence for that one. But yeah, our condolences to Pains and his family at this very difficult time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Pains has been here and he's done an awful lot for this league, and we really appreciate all the effort that he's done for us. And I can only imagine what he's thinking at the moment, but we're here, all of us are here at PLR, we're a family here. So there's 72 of us here that are here to support themselves, support family. We all race in red today. Liverpool red. So
nice, that's nice.
And then we'll do it. We'll have a silent formation lap as well, just to pay our respects as well. So
a fitting tribute, and as you say, Shane, to one of our close guys here in the league. So yeah, I hope they're doing well and getting through.
Exactly.
So, with the qualifying 3 with 9 minutes left on the clock.
You're on board with Itchy?
Yeah, on board with Itchy here at the moment. As he's trying to set a competitive lap time, I'll get the telemetry up now. There we go. So, coming up the Spoon curve. Through that quick right-hander into this left-hander now. As you say, Shane, earlier on, easy to lose the rear end on that second apex, but you have to get it, otherwise you just hemorrhage time all the way down this straight. Yeah.
Even avoid the curb, you might lose half a tenth, not even half, but is it worth ending in the wall,
Don't know. I think that's one of them corners, though, that you'd be doing well to kind of hit the wall. It's normally just run wide onto the grass, back out of it, you know what I mean?
Many a time in time trial, pushing the limits, finding that limit.
Oh yeah,
Cali Max going fastest first there. It's 126.7.
Oh, Leo Cat 126.3. Assassin 126.6. So he didn't quite get the lap time he would have been expecting. Who's it, Judagomo? Oh, Itchy's off. Is he? Someone's off. No, we're going to Judagomo for now. Coming into the chicane. Clipped our apex very nicely.
Someone did lose it. Well, in the essence, I think of the Williams. That towed.
Judagomo, there we go. So, next in line, it looks like we have Big Bambino. He's going to be coming down this back straight. Some mad stuff there. Remember that bit of debris nearly wrecking Hamilton that year, taking his mirror off? Down into 130R now, where it's 2002 McNish flew off into that corner on the outside. Absolutely went straight through it. They actually reprofiled that track specifically because of them kind of accidents, to be fair. Made it a double apex. But anyway, there's Big Bambino across the line, so that's what he can do right now with his first run.
Actually did set a lap time just where we were, maybe I'm a bit delayed, but he slotted into 40, he did, on his lap. Bambino's in 6th there.
Toad, what can Toad do? He's coming down into 130R. Bit of traffic behind him though, and in front of him, getting out of the way, but still kind of distracting, locking up, keeping. Look at that, launching the car across the curves. Very nicely done that. Williams is set up to ride that. He's into the pit lane. Alright, so there we go, he's into the pit lane. So That's everyone done their first runs right now, Shane.
Yeah, I'm slight possibly a told is coming in. Just looking at it there, look at that. If we just take Leo out there, Assassin 26-6, Cali 26-7, Switchback 26-8, Itchy 26-8, Spidey 26-9, Bambino 27-0, Judagomo 27-1, 5-10 separating, what is it, 7 drivers?
What are they doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
In the hairpin. Don't know anyway.
Yeah, Spidey and Bambino, is it?
Don't know, they all met up for a cup of tea, I think.
I just hope that the Alfa Romeo there, is that coconut, I think coconut's on an outlap, so he wasn't blocked, but it wasn't
the
smartest
greatest
thing to be doing from the lads there. And I think Judah's in neutral, he's in the pits, isn't he?
Not at all, we definitely seen that anyway.
Yeah. He was on an outlap, so he wasn't blocked, but it still was not the greatest bit of driving there from the lads.
It wasn't the greatest bit of heads up driving, alright, but
yeah.
anyway, looks like a Williams and a Haas getting close together and spewing on the track map, but we'll concentrate on just, I know,
yeah.
we want, alright.
No, yeah,
well, we were just setting up there for just coconuts and he comes into the pit lane, Shane. Sorry, I did forget you're a little bit behind. Do you want an invite there, Shane? Start it in.
I'd say that was a no, Shane, that you don't want an invite.
I just send you one, did you?
I thought I did, but I'll do it again just in case.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That'd be rude, not it? So everyone's back in the pit lane now. Leo Cat is on an outlap though, so he's probably taking this opportunity, lads. He's like, feck this, there's going to be loads of traffic now. Looks like Judah Gomo's trundling down the pit lane there as well. So we'll look at Leo Cat at the moment. He's coming just after going through the Degnas there, leading up the Spoon. Oh wait, no, he's in the hairpin. Sorry, my bad. He's in the hairpin. So, technically not wrong, but also not right either. Coming down into Spoon. No, because he did go through the Degnas and he is going to Spoon, but I forgot about the hairpin. So yeah, yes.
You just didn't give all the facts, did you, mate? I was like, you just withdrew some bits of information. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not a liar. I just didn't tell you everything.
It's a good thing I don't commentate my own race. I'll be like, oh, Lemony Ty's going through the first corner and he's doing deadly.
Well, in fact, you just got 6 seconds of penalties in 2 corners.
Oh man, stop it! I've done it many times. I should do a best bits or something like that. You know, be like this stupid game.
It won't be big enough file to upload, would it?
I don't know, man, but in fairness, I have found some mad footage. I have about 4 gigabytes of footage in 2016 F1 game, so...
Wow.
We'll figure it out.
That's worth a watch.
I had the 2018 and 2019 one to do now as well. And I actually did have way more gigs. I had loads, and I deleted loads. Put up like a 6-minute video, hilarious. I think Lemony, you're in one of them as well.
Oh, yeah.
You've been it, don't you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I get.
Oh, Leo Cat getting squirrely on the exit of Degna too. Holy moly, he needed a lift off there for that one.
That was only an outlap.
No, he's on a lap now. He's on a lap.
On a lap now.
What minute are you on?
2 minutes 55.
Yeah, I'm on that, but it says outlap beside him.
No, Leo Cat.
Yeah, I'm on board, Leo.
Well, your game might be spazzing.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
It says everybody's on an outlap for in the pits, and now it's just changed, even though he's only he's in sector 2.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's too funny. EA Sports pay us for right timing. They just setting
You want to know who you're racing? Ayers.
He's in the pit lane. He's in the pit.
Yeah, he was about 4 seconds down.
Yeah.
Assassin starting his lap, lads. He's after starting it.
Just for the benefit of Shane, that.
Turn 1 into this. Turn 2. Ooh, this lefty, righty, loosey goosey, keeping it nice.
Tidy.
Using all that gear as well. He's revving it in fifth gear there.
Controlled aggression.
He's up at half second.
Oh, Judah Degna, how did he keep that on the track? My God, I'd be shooting off into the barrier if I was him.
So you'd
be on your way to China if you'd shoot off it that much, wouldn't you?
Oh, man, I'd be wrecked. I do like it when I can
gained
take
a
a
half
flat
second
down.
in sector 1, so he definitely made a mistake there in his first run, and that's why he's. I think you suppose he was at 25.9 on his run in
Yeah,
Q2
Q2.
there. So,
Yeah.
so you're looking, he's going to be in the 25s again if he uses all the track. He's able to use all the track. 8/10.
Then this is what it's there
Shape it
for, isn't it? The entire track.
This is shaping up to be some lap time by Assassin.
That's
One
probably a euro
25.6.
you owe me.
You were gone, but I did say Leo Cat for P2. I will say I did.
He died.
Toad is the only person that's Toad's crossing the line now.
Ribbit.
26.5. He can go
P3,
again.
P3.
He doesn't have enough. He's not using theirs, so that's him.
Calmac. Can he back? No.
Let's
Switch
not
back.
shoot down Toad's time too badly, Shane. You didn't give it that as much justice as it deserved. It's P3 there, the lad.
He is P3.
Here's my guy. I'm going to jump aboard a switchback. He's just started his lap time now. He's timed it near enough perfect with the end. Oh no, he's gone wide. That's great.
Itchy's going to be the last driver to cross the start of the last driver to start the lap. He invalidated his last one. He's just crossed
Spidey might just get it. Is he? No.
Oh, Bambino's binned it through the S's.
Spidey's
No
not going to get
damage.
it.
Oh. No, he's not.
So Itchy is the last one. He's cutting that curve, something fierce on that inside. How is he not into the wall? We see, as you say, Shane, one of the drivers there on the exit, just two of them. So, all right.
Bambino's in spoon, and he's on not Bambino. Sorry, Coconuts is just coming out of spoon now. He doesn't have a lap time set at the moment.
I'll jump on board with him now. He's invalidated, Shane.
Oh, he has invalidated. Yes, he has.
So
that's
it's Itchy.
him done. Yeah, going forward, Itchy.
To the
He's
hairpin.
up 2.5 tenths.
Looking sweet at the moment. That getting him in the fourth position right now as it stands.
Well,
Can he keep it onto the track?
Why couldn't Coconuts invalidate in Q3 in Tier 2?
Whoa, Itchy
had a bit of
nice and
understeer
wide.
there. I think he's lost his time. We'll see now. Oh, he's still
he's
2.5 tenths.
Still 2.5 tenths up. Half a second.
He could have been a lot higher up because he definitely lost a couple of tenths on that on his exit spin.
Nicely done on that chicane, on that chicken.
Keep close. There you go. Closest run.
Oh,
26.5,
Itchy, very
P4.
nice. Oh, 1,000 off
1,000.
Toad. Unbelievable. Look at that, lads. What a great lap time from Assassin to take pole position in this qualifying session. Congratulations to himself, the Season 3 champion. Second place there, we got Leo Cat, the newcomer Toad as well, and third. The two new lads showing it up nicely. Itchy
Two
there.
champions, sorry, as well. Sorry, Gav.
No, thanks very much, crew, yeah.
Leo Cap Tier 3 champions, all champion front row. I couldn't say champion anymore in that sentence.
Champion. Itchy, fourth. Calmac in fifth. Switchback there in sixth. He was my guy. And then Spider-Man missed out. We seen that missed out on his final attempt. Due to Gomo in eighth. Just Coconuts in ninth. And Big Bambino disqualified.
Yeah.
In 10th.
Yeah.
He was driving the wrong way. Do we have
Yeah, he's
anyone
spin.
inviting Leo Cat back?
I'm doing it now. I'm on it, don't worry about it, mate. I'm on it.
100%.
It's exactly why I ask everyone to send me friend requests, by the
Back
way,
in a sec.
every bugger. Just so that's why I can get you back in the session. It's not because I like you, it's just so I can get you back in the session if you got disconnected.
I did just want to make a comment
like
there about, obviously, Assassin, what a unbelievable lap, 7.5 tenths faster than anyone else.
Yeah.
But I did mention, I will say, don't want to pat myself in the back. I did, but, I will. I did tell everybody, watch out for Leo. Leo coming from Tier 3. Wait, he's going to be up there fighting for wins and podiums. And in his first race in Tier 1, he's after sticking at second. So,
Well, looking at this lineup here for the end of the session, there's only 4 drivers in that 10 who were in Tier 1 last season.
there you go.
Well, sorry, 5 if you count Turd, because I think he only raced 1 or 2
Yeah,
races.
he started in
but-
France, I think. Didn't he start in France?
Yeah, he did 1 or 2 races, so effectively all the season. So everyone else has either come from a different league sorry, they're new to the league altogether. They come from a different tier, which is brilliant.
Yeah. We have 3 Tier 3 drivers in Q1. Or Q3, sorry. 3 Tier 3 drivers in Q3. And, you know, doing a good job as well.
Mm.
Did Bambino leave there?
Yeah, we're a few other short as well, because it looks like there's only 13 lads there.
I'm just going to check Discord. Has anyone said anything on that? Or? Main paddock.
Leo Cat's one. I've sent him an invite. Bambino's another. And there's one more who's not there.
Jackson, read the rules.
Leo Cat's just left, as in like he's got to go. As in like it's too late for him.
Did he say that?
He said it in the Discord and Tier 1 chat. Right, let's get Bambino back in. Just as we've referenced before, one of our good friends, Payne, sadly lost his father very recently, so we're going to take the opportunity for the rest of this formation lap to have a minute's silence in memory of him. And we're all thinking of you, mate. We'll hear if you need anything. Right, so we're all lining back up.
Nicely done, lads. Nicely done, and yeah.
Just getting all of the back in this session.
Yeah, Passassin has. They say if I had a quid for every time Passassin changed his name, he'd be a millionaire. You know that?
Well, I've told him off. He needs to stop doing it because I've got to edit the league standings every time he changes his bloody name. I'm going to start charging him.
He's costing his old man a lot of money. He is. Because I'm sure he's not paying for it.
Oh no.
Alright lads, the lads are lining up here now on the grid. Passassin looking to the lights on pole position. What can they do from the start? The lights are out. It looks like Leo Cat and all have gotten a start there as well. Bit of a drive through for a load of drivers. There it has to be said. The start is all over the shop, but Passassin gets off the line correctly. Down into turn 1 they go. It looks like Judah Gomo and all is getting squeezed behind there as well. Quasar, Pure Jackson side by side. Everyone trying to keep their front noses clean at the moment. Side by side putting McLaren and the Red Bull too. Judah Gomo and Spider-Man not giving each other room. Spidey on the inside, keeping it going through the S's. Side by side between all these boys. Great driving. Pure Jackson just Coconuts trying to take advantage into the Degness, but has to slot in behind. It's kicking off, lads.
Yeah, it's just to say it looks like Leo, Cat, Oliver, and Bambino. They did get disconnected from the session. They're the three that went because they just went because their AIs. It looks like Itchy may have reacted to them moving. So
That's what did happen. Yeah.
That's why it was a bit different. But the other three lads out in front, they've had invites back to the session. If they can get in, they can. And whatever. But
Yeah.
if not,
and
we'll sort something out.
There is a rule exactly for this, so that they need, once they take control of their car, they need to return to the position that they started.
Yeah.
So I think we said or pit as well, isn't it? If you pit, it's also
if you just make a pit stop, if they come back, then that's fair enough.
Yeah. But if you just drop back, if they start P4, they drop back to P4, that's fine as well.
Spidey and Calmac going side by side there, move done. But yeah, it looks like Quasar and Calmac now as well, down at the turn one. Quasar on the inside, looking like it's game, set and match. Nicely done.
On the mediums as well.
It's getting tasty in this midfield, lads. Something fierce. Looks like the Assassin's making him. Oh, Big Bambino, what's up with him? He looks like he's had a bit of a moment, but he's kept it going. Calmac has left the session.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yellow flag out there. Judah Gomo is spun. Judah Gomo is spun. Yellow flag, sector 1. Has he got any damage on his front wing? I think he might have got away with that one. But yeah, ultimately not too good. Leo Cat passing Leo Cat there for the lead. So
Calimac's back.
Still kicking off near the back. It looks like Itchy's got a bit of a penalty there as well.
It's a drive through.
That drive through, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Toad trying to get a run on Leo Cat, but yeah, Leo Cat is still not in this lobby at the moment. Yellow flag sector. Looks like they're all starting to settle down, lads.
So Oliver's still not in control of his car. Leo Cat also as well. But we know Leo Cat won't be coming back into it.
So we know Assassin's out in the lead at the moment with a 1.5 second advantage, 1.6 as we say it. It's just growing, but he's truly S's at the moment, coming through Dunlop now as well. Nice lead for himself. Status quo at the front. Everyone else still squabbling behind. It looks like Quasar. Yeah, just passing that Ghost and Big Bambino there in the back. But Optic, how's Optic getting on? He's in 12th position at the moment. Trying to make an impression on just Coconuts in front and try and pull away from Canet. Canet behind the Frenchman's trying to take advantage of Optic being so far down with only 2.5 tenths there through the hairpin. Yeah, looking nice and tasty up into Spoon. Let's stick on board with Canet at the moment. He goes to the outside. Optic has to block the inside to Spoon. Nicely done, a little bit of a compromise. Oh, Cadet tries the inside there for the second apex. He kind of gives Optic the old elbows and he's made the manoeuvre, but Optic behind will not be happy about that one. Will he try and fight back through 130R into the chicane? Let's find out. He's looking like he's trying to set him up. He dives it down the inside, is it? No, he's pulled out of it the last second. Better heads prevailed there, to be fair, lads. I thought we were going to have a Senna Prost situation all over again.
He's just having a mare now. He's after speed in the pit lane.
Oh, Lord, she's just going from bad to worse.
Yeah.
But it's looking like most of these guys will be up for points here this evening if they can just keep their car on track, keep it going. So that's good news for the boys.
Well, look, if Leo Cat's not returning, then everyone who finishes the race will get points. Yeah, because as I mentioned before you joined us, Shane, top 15 scoring points.
That's it.
If Assassin's already top of the championship before the end of the race, 3 points for the pole position.
3 points pole position and then 3 points for fastest lap as well. So could end up with a nice 46 points after one race. Potentially. An awful lot to go before then.
He's looking at just Coconuts, trying to get his way back up the grid. in 8th position at the moment, caught between Oliver and Leo Cap, but they are the ghosted cars. What's going on near the back of the grid then? Because these guys are ghosting. Why is Jack DNF and all not kind of catching them, if you know what I mean, lads? Like, as quick as you'd think.
It looks like he's on the hard tyres. He's on the hard tyres, is Jack.
It's set to 75 crew, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, Equator...
Might have some wing damage or anything, you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Switchback, Spider-Man and Equator are all separated by just over 1 second now, lads, at the moment. So that's looking like a tasty battle right now on track.
Yeah, Jack's over the back of Big Bambino now. Oh, Jack's almost lost it.
Oh, he's into the gravel.
Yeah.
Not
Some
good.
hard tyres. Hard tyres around this track. Got to get through that early phase.
Itchy's back on him now as well, and Judah Gomo as well, the suit. So, not too good.
So just to mention the two drivers that were potentially expecting back into the race, they do need to complete 50% of this race in control of their car to be awarded points. So we're on lap 5 of 27, so that would be what, lap 14. They need to be in before lap 14.
Yeah.
To be classified, basically. So you're gentlemen, boys. So hopefully we can get that.
Yeah.
I done it as well, right? Optic, I don't think was paying attention because he's all over the grass.
Come on, Optic, come on now. Come on, get the hammer down. It's only lap 6 out of 27, lads. Still a long way to go in this Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Hopefully them boys get back in now sooner rather than later. And the battle can commence now near the back. But we're looking here at Spider-Man, Equator, switchback again. So close between the boys at the moment. This is really where the pressure can mount. You've settled into your rhythm. You're trying to gain on the car in front.
Oh, Jack's Equator, sorry. Oh, I just lost the rear there.
Oh, man. Jesus. I was
Sorry to
just
cut you
about
off,
to
Gav.
say, lads. No, that's grand. Good man, you caught me onto it there. He's after rejoining now, but he's lost tremendous amount of time, and I'm sure some front wing damage at that one.
Yeah,
I think the front
he
left
gets
end
some
plate's
damage,
gone,
Front left.
Well, lads, that's what I
Oh,
was...
and then the Renault. Optic.
Oh, man, Optics into the wall. It looks like we got a safety car now, lads. The front wing is off that Renault at the moment. That is not good news at all. Optic, after binning it through on the exit of second Degner, was it, Shane?
And his rears are on fire.
It just looks like he just absolutely just put the foot down on the old loud pedal there and went around.
A bit too keen on it.
Yeah.
Sick buzz for Optic. But lads, I was literally, just as I was saying it, the two boys, Switchback, Spidey and himself, are all within that section. You're in that rhythm. And it's so with that one lapse of concentration is going to be what does it. Jesus, we have a look at Switchback nearly into the pit wall on board of Spider-Man. What was going on there? He nearly just hit it.
Assassin started the trend. Everyone's dived into the pits. He's on the hard tyres now. This isn't too bad. This has worked out. I tell you, for Itchy, he can set up that 5-second penalty now and not suffer because it's a safety car. So he's not going to lose as much time as he would have done.
Nice.
So at least that sorted that out for him.
We say hello to everyone out there on the YouTube and the streaming channels there. Optic P6 to P5. Oh, hard luck with pains there. It didn't work out for him, unfortunately, this time round. Max and I saying, come on, Spidey. The Monday is always a great old guy out there feeling good in the car again. Thankfully, fair play to you, buddy. So yeah, everyone's saying hello here, so that's great to see.
Great job, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely savage. I'll be back in a second, lads. I'm gonna go.
Shout out to Craigie as well. If you might have already said it yourself when I was away, but watching from the master kitchen.
Oh yeah, I seen that earlier on. I was gonna say, I hope we're cooking up a nice old omelette for the boys out there in the old kitchen. You know, cooking it up nicely.
I get that. That's a food pun, isn't it? Yeah, you're a funny guy.
Just the one driver with a corner cutting penalty so far. And that's G Jackson, and that happened just before the safety car came in, so you can see.
Yeah, I think he got it actually, reacting to when Equator spun.
Right.
Because he was just behind Equator at the time, so it might have been because of that. But also, only one man not to pit, and that's Ken, and that's why he's in P1, still on them mediums.
He's banking on another safety car to happen in the next 5 or 6 laps.
It could happen.
Can happen. And maybe the guys that are on the hards in 5 or 6 laps, so what that was, we're in 12ish, might say, do you know what, I give up these hards, I don't like them, well, I don't think soft will get to the end, but if they have a fresh set of mediums there, they might give up a bit of track position for a nice set of mediums.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sazuka's not the greatest track for overtaking, but it's not impossible, so depending on where you are, position-wise, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And now, fastest lap gives you more points, so, and as you said, I think that because Leo Cat is definitely not coming back, and a couple of guys as well, was it Oliver and Bambino, because they're all out of the race, everyone's going to score points, so once they finish the race.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, it's no harm if you're in P13 going into the pits and getting a set of sauce for the end, going for a fast lap.
That's it, yeah. That's exactly it, mate. It's a wise decision. You're in a position to do so.
And being worth 3 points now as well, kind of, it might give more incentive for people to do that. I suppose overall, because we're near double the rate, was 25 to 40, so we're not double, but so I suppose like the points for fast lap is weighted more than it was compared to the points for a race win, so it definitely is worth more nowadays in PLR than it was, say, last season. So. There's no sign it was coming. I suppose it will be when we finish sector 2, so...
Yeah, it will be this lap, I imagine. I'd be surprised if it isn't.
Yeah, like everybody, optic is
everyone's around about a second of each other, if not closer.
Yeah.
So Joe has managed to get rid of his penalty. Equals has managed to get a new wing. So it's not been the worst result for them boys. Safety car in this lap.
I'm surprised with the amount of lads that went on the softs.
Well, 3 of those are the AI, to be fair.
Okay.
Leo, Oliver and Bambino are all AI, so...
yeah. So it's Cali...
Doubly.
Cali and Optic that are on the softs then.
So Canet is gone at the front now, lads. On his set of mediums. Just keeping an eye on it out there, as I do. So what can Passassin do on these set of hards now with Canet there in the front? Just having a look back there, Jackson there at the back of Coconut, Spider-Man getting a bit loose there as well.
Being this close to Ken on these hard tyres will probably do him a bit of a favour, because it'll wear those tyres out a bit quicker.
It will.
So he'll be able to get some better traction on the rear end in particular earlier. So it'd be well within his... You know, he's in net P1 anyway, because Ken hasn't pit. So he's probably well just to sit behind him for a couple of laps.
Jackson's up the inside of Coconut side to cut across the air crew. Lovely move on the inside of the hairpin. Lined that up perfectly now, I have to say.
I wonder if Jackson can go 18 laps on a set of mediums.
Something I'd be trying.
It'll be 19 laps really, because it'll be 18 laps after this lap, and you know what I mean. So
Assassin's on the back of Canet. Canet's trying to block that slipstream. Taking the inside, Canet does. Assassin's on the outside. What can he do? He's trying to make a move. He has made a move. It looks like he's got the apex, but Canet keeps it on the outside, gives him a little bit of a shove, and a status quo for now. But it looks like Assassin's getting the run onto the straight. No, he's not using his ERS at the moment, so Canet keeps the lead. What great racing by these two drivers at the moment.
Ken just about nip Assassin's momentum in the bud, just enough there to keep the position to turn one.
Absolutely great racing, lads. Just swapping between the two there, but Assassin there nicely towed, then taking advantage and behind there, catching these two, battling up in front. We've got a yellow flag, sector one.
Itchy's gone.
Itchy's retired from the Grand Prix. That is not good news for Itchy. Sorry to see you go, but he looks like he lost it through between the first and second of the S's. Sad to see another driver go. This track is willing to bite at any second, let's be honest, lads.
Ruthless.
Oh, Passassin trying to get the run on the outside, coming up to the run of Spoon, but he doesn't quite make that move either. So these guys are going hammer and tongs. Passassin knows it's the time to go. Toad is threatening behind. He's trying to get closer. What can they do now coming down the run to the 130R? Assassin keeping off that ERS, just being patient. You feel like he's just waiting for that opportunity to strike, and he'll strike hard.
Yep.
Anyway, through the chicken they go onto the last corner now, main straight. We're looking back at the wheel of Assassin. We don't really want to be looking at that. We'll go on board. Kinet is weaving across the track to try and break that slipstream, guys, to create a distraction, but I don't know if that's going to be any use, to be honest.
See, there's two things what you have to think about in Kinet's situation. You want to be in clean air because he needs that clean air because of his the tire disadvantage he has. But is he losing more time holding up Assassin than he would be by just letting him go? Because by holding him, by holding Assassin and say Toad up, which is probably the theory he is definitely holding up, he is then keeping Switchback, Spidey, Jackson in their DRS, which means that he's not dropping the other guys that he's probably racing. You know what I mean? So he potentially is giving up being in first place. He's giving up a possible podium to stay in first, if you know what I mean. It would have been a better beneficial to let those two guys go. They are faster at this moment in time. Let them go, try to keep up with them with their DRS, and pull a gap out then to the likes of Coconuts, Jackson, Spidey, Switchback, that he needs
Assassin's
to then
lining it up here,
gain
Shane.
that. Yeah.
On the outside he goes, yeah. Look at this, he's actually made the move stick now. Kinet's trying to keep it on the inside, but no. So, I think you were going on the button there, Shane, in a way that Kinet was holding himself up a little bit, but Assassin just seemed to have enough of it. And he's made the move stick now, and it looks like he's going to try and pull a gap now. Kinet now is going to try and keep Toad behind him, with also Switchback coming up behind as well, and Spider-Man not too far off these guys either, with Pure Jackson.
They're all basically in the DRS train now down to Calimac.
Yeah, there we go.
Obviously Spidey's 1.1, but he's basically gonna, I say by the end of this lap he's gonna be in DRS zone.
He's gonna be pushing for that anyway.
We'll have Ken's already out of the DRS zone of Assassin now. So
Spidey just on that cusp of that 1 second, as you say, Shane.
Very close to it. He's just
he is.
over.
Yeah,
oh,
he's pushing hard.
Now he's in.
Looks like he's got that, as you say, Shane, now right into the 8/10 worth now. So it looks like he's solid in there now, bar a mistake. Oh, he's a little bit wide. Anyway, Switchback now has lost a second just about to the guys in front. It's looking like this is just a close one, Shane, as you say. It's all the way back. Toad on the back of Kinet now, coming out into 130R. Oh, he goes wide. Very wide. He can't really use that to his advantage. He has, though. He's gone up the inside. The stewards might want to be having a look at that one, because that was definitely off wide, keeping his momentum. Dodgy, though, into 130R. Let's be fair in that one, lads. But yeah.
Yeah. Just from looking at it, I think he'd be alright. But again, you know, we need to see it from all angles. But he didn't pass until the braking zone, so he never was in front.
On instinct, it looks okay to me. On instinct, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look if we have to.
Fair enough, as you say, lads. Fair enough. But yeah, Great racing nonetheless, and the guys, like, let's be honest, lads, they're going about 200 mile an hour into that corner, and like they're millimeters away from each other, so you can forgive, like, you know, to go out wide on that one. Like, it's just, as you say, it's a no-brainer to not cause an accident, but as well, like, was there an advantage gained? Who knows? We'll have to check afterwards. But yeah,
you also have to look at Toad Toad has a 3-second pen, and he also lost 2 seconds in one lap of Assassin being behind Ken. So yellow flag in sector 2 there, lads.
Oh,
I think it's Optic.
Yeah, Optic has lost his front wing again. Virtual safety car.
Same place.
Not having a great day at all for Optic.
No.
Yeah, same
Just
place.
needs to hang in there because he's getting points here. He just needs to finish.
I was going to watch Optic for the rest of the race.
So Assassin with the virtual safety car here. Everyone important now not to speed under the VSC because we've all done that before. But yeah, so the VSC is still out there for these drivers. They need to keep within that delta. Anyone going to get caught out at the moment, especially when it's coming to green. They might try and jump the gun a little bit.
I don't know if you mentioned it, will Canet get a chance to pit before this VSC ends? He's already gone past.
He went past it.
Do you know, I think he wants to go on the soft to the end, and he doesn't have, it's too early to go on the soft, but I think that the time he would have gained, 10 seconds probably,
yeah.
you gained about 10 seconds pitting now.
He's on mediums.
10 seconds back. Yeah, but I think he wants to do a medium soft, that's his intention.
Yeah.
If he stopped now, he'd have to do a medium hard.
Yeah, and that's no real advantage to that one, in fairness.
Even with a 10-second benefit for pitting under VSC, it's close. It's a close one.
So yeah, Canet there, bit of a Canet tray behind, but it's understandable on them old mediums. You look at switch back behind, trying to get that advantage. Spider-Man as well, follow at the rear, well and truly in that DRS now train. Jackson there as well, just Coconuts is just off it there in 7th, but he is coming up to it now. So this is where it's all going to kick off really right now. Spider-Man, switchback, all getting a run through. 130R down into the braking zone of the chicken. Not too. But Alonso's favourite chicken. But yeah, Spider-Man getting a run now. Switch back into slipstream of Canet. Spider-Man with a double toe, but not able to take advantage. Switchback trying to go around the outside through turn 1. It's not going to stick though. It looks like Canet's going to keep her there. Nicely done, but Switchback keeps it lit. It's all getting tasty into the S's here, lads. Keep her lit. Good lads. Side by side through so many corners.
Brilliant.
And Spider-Man taking advantage now.
Oh, Jackson's on
Jackson
it
as well. This is amazing driving between all these drivers. Look like Switchback might be getting a bit sick of it. Jackson spun off into the gravel on the exit of Dunlop, but I knew it was getting a bit too close. Looks like he just got elbowed out a little bit there by Switchback. But
it was a tiny squeeze, but nothing excessive, and
unbelievable set of corners.
He just touched the grass on the gravel, and that sent him round the touch. It was a good job that Switchback was there, because that stopped him from going out of the race, I'd say.
Unbelievable set of corners from these guys. This tier 1 racing is kicking off. It's great stuff. Elbows out. It's what you want to see. Spider-Man there trying to get an advantage of Canet there as well. Canet doing really well on their mediums, it has to be said.
He's causing chaos behind him.
Everyone else's job to get around
doing it. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. He's a rolling roadblock at the minute, and it's not, it's all for position, so he's well within his right to do what he's doing. Go on, Ken, my old teammate. Go on, mate. You can do this.
I'm gonna look from Just Coconuts here because he's got the best seat of the house right now. We're looking at the front of the guys going through turn 1. Are we gonna see any contact through the S's this time round? We're still on board of Coconuts here over the driver cam, trying to see if the guys in front are going to make a mistake or anything. It looks like they're keeping themselves nicely doing status quo this time round. Switchback trying to get a run on Spider-Man through Dunlop, but yeah, Just Coconuts. I'd say that would have been an unreal on board to be watching, to be honest, lads. Just cars flying left, right and centre.
It wasn't racing, it was Skittles, wasn't it? Wow.
It's on the edge though, lads. That corner is so on the edge regardless, even when you're on your own. And to be going 3 wide, two wide for half the lap, and then there's about 4 cars doing it, something's just gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to keep going one on one, let alone 4 on 1. You know, 4 people going for one car length.
That's it, innit? That's exactly it. Spidey's got a good run on Ken here. 130R. Might have a shot at him on the start finish. Oh, he's a little bit slow around there. Switches back behind Spidey, a bit keen there. Gives himself a 3-second penalty. Couple wily old foxes here. Spidey and Ken going at it side by side into turn 1. Spidey's got it done with the RS. And Ken's going to have a little nibble back here. Don't doubt that for a second.
Savage moves by Spidey, showing it how it's done. Get it done before the braking zone of turn 1. You can swoop it in and claim that corner for yourself, and there's no hassles then for the rest of the lap.
Absolutely. Oh, he runs a touch wide of Spidey.
From Oliver. Oliver's electricity went.
Right, okay.
Oh, no
He has no electricity at the moment.
Fair enough.
He doesn't know why, so that's that.
Fair enough. Act of God.
Yeah,
Playing the hoop.
Happens. Pain in the hoop.
Playing the hoop.
Coconuts has just well and truly thrown his hat into this party now. He's just about a second behind Switchback at the minute.
And Toad has another penalty. So Spidey, now that he's cleared Ken, has no pens. And is at the moment in a net P2. They're both the same lap old tire, so this is just who's faster. You know what I mean? This is pure pace now. He needs to keep it in the 6 seconds and that. Oh, Oliver's back.
Nicely
Oliver's
done, Oliver.
It is after halfway, but we'll see. I'll have to double check the rules because there is something about 25% as well. So I'll double check.
Square. Oh, connects into the pit lane, lads. Just a cut across you there, Shane, as you were mentioning.
Good.
Yeah, so on the mediums, as you say, Shane, you called this strategy. He's going to be going on to this set of softs, we expect.
Yep.
Probably,
yeah, buddy. So what can he do? Where is he going to come out at the moment? Is he going to get in front of Cali Mac? I think he will.
Some top quality graphics there from Codemasters. Putting a red set of tyres on the car and taking off a red set of tyres. And they were yellow.
Oh no, Cali Mac got that actual thing. Man. Interesting enough. So he's come out behind a bit of traffic here, but he will want to get through that as soon as possible. To get up the road, he needs to claim about 15 seconds though, in fairness. So, I don't know. Where are we at? Switchback is still behind Spider-Man. Chill's trying to get that Coconuts as well in there in 5th. Equazar in 7th is looking also a bit tasty behind Jack DNF. He's trying to take advantage of his hard tyres to Jack DNF's medium set of tyres.
And Oliver's back in his car now.
Savage for Oliver there. Great to see him back. We'll jump on board with Oliver to see how he's getting on.
He won't be scoring points, unfortunately. So if a driver starts the race and gets disconnected from the lobby, the driver must complete at least 50% of the race laps in order to be classified. The driver is allocated full points if they finish within the points.
Fair enough, but it's nice to see him back nonetheless there with 19 laps gone, 27 to go. Unfortunately, he does miss out on that, but the spirit of the PLR racing is still going to continue. So that's good news for himself there. Can he catch 12th position? Probably will, in fairness. Maybe a safety car would help him out there too, but sure, look, he might be in it somewhere along the line. Let's hope Assassin out in the lead there with just over 8 laps to go there. Through the hairpin he goes with a 5-second advantage to Toad. Look at himself going through the hairpin there as well, followed by Spider-Man 6.2 behind the Switchback close on his tail. Coconuts trying to get as close as he can in 6th position. Jack DNF through the hairpin as well in 6th. Equazar in 7th there. Cali Mac in 8th going through Degna with Kenneth behind him. And then Jackson we've seen getting caught up earlier on through the Degners with Giudagomo right on his heels, lads. It has to be said. The guys are on it back there. And then Oliver, we'll say Oliver, Leo Cat there as well. But Oliver there rejoining in 13th.
Yeah.
Great to see him back.
There was something I was going to mention.
Oh, yeah, the flag. PLR Toad. He's after having a spin there in the chicane. I just jumped on board at the very end of it there. He got through it there. But yeah, he's after losing loads of time.
Yes. He's also about 4.5. He was just over 6 seconds ahead of Spidey. And now he's just 2 seconds now. So he lost about 4.5 seconds.
Interesting.
In that. But that opens up P2 now for Spidey because Spidey has no pens. And obviously Toad has 6 seconds worth, as far as I remember. So that does give the advantage now back to Spidey for this P2.
Well, not just that as well. With Switchback only having 3 seconds, he's technically ahead of Toad as well. So Toad's going to have to drive the wheels off that bad boy if he wants to keep a podium, let alone P2.
Yeah, definitely. There was a point I was just making there. Obviously, PLR is a international league, and we feel it's a great honour to have people from all over the world. I just noticed earlier on we had 3 new nationalities in Tier 1 with Switchback, it had the German flag, Leo Cat being Portuguese, and we have another one that, and on Calimac races with the Italian flag as well, so it's good to see and now an extra mix in Tier 1. And obviously they were in PLR already, but I think Switchback was new, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, Switchback was new, yeah.
Yeah. It's great to see people from all over the world, racing this. Obviously we have the Venezuelan lads that are here. We have a few Americans, Canadians, and then we have our French and Irish and British lads as well there. So
English lads, Scottish lads, Yorkshire lads.
Yeah.
Yorkshire, that'll do. We're his own country in his own right.
Switchback side by side. Sorry, lads. In turn one, Spidey's got wide. Spidey's got wide. He kept it though. Great save by Spidey. That was dog central, lads.
There was some contact there. I don't know how much, but there was a little bit of contact. I'm sure we'll find out later on.
Yeah, we'll find out
how much.
The angle wasn't giving us a great view. It just looked amazing. Like if I was watching like Rush or Senna or something there, but it wasn't the greatest for like watching it. Low camera angle is like, oh, deadly.
The one to watch now, fellas, is Coconuts, because at the moment, if my maths served me correctly, he is P2, net P2, if he can get past Spidey. Is a net P3 at the moment, assuming there's no other penalties to anyone else. He could
P2.
Get P2 here. Spidey's the net P2, yeah. And Coconuts is net P3 at the moment, just about.
So Switchback is
he's
made.
3.1 behind Switchback. It's very close, but he's 3.1 behind Switchback, and he needs 3 seconds. So it's nip and tuck between him and Switchback. It's all to play for P3.
It's flicking between the two. I've seen it drop, just dip under and dip over, and
5 laps to go.
Like this corner now, he's back under it now, and he'll get back over again on the straight. There you are. So it's very, very close.
What can Switchback do on the gap to Toad? That's what I'm interested in now at the moment myself, to see if he can take the second place on track, even though the penalties will ultimately be their demise.
He is reeling him in the touch. He's reeling him in.
And who are we looking at? Jack DNF? Stuart Jackson is on the back of Jack DNF. A little nice tasty battle for developing here for 10th and 9th and 10th position.
Yeah. Another one for 7th and 8th as well with Kenneth and Kelly Mack within DRS. He just literally dipped there a bit.
Jackson trying to get the move on Jack DNF. Let's see what we can do here. The tire length. Oh, Jackson's just through on a set of brand new softs, so he'll probably pull away on Jackson in fairness. So that one is that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack is a bit wide. he nearly been there. He was alright though, he was alright.
Spidey's right up the back. I think Toad's have to make another error because
Toad's
look at this.
Switchback's P2 on the road, Spidey's there.
We're on board of the now, lads, as you say.
Oh.
Wing damage for Toad. Front left end plate's gone.
He does, yes.
Oh, Spidey getting tasty into the chicane.
Great move.
That's a fantastic move. Fantastic move.
What? He lost a bit of traction and that ruined his run out.
Toad's
the
in.
chicane there.
So that's Toad not taken care of. Unfortunately, he is out there having a spin and a bit of a moment there, but out of the position of second place he goes. Switch back into second, Spider-Man into third. Coconuts again, just keeping our ham and cheesy there. He's gone up a good few positions, just doing his own race, keeping it on the island. Everyone else behind him battling hard.
Just a mention there for Equator, because Equator had he did started P11, and now all of a sudden he's there P5 on track, and kind of in a race on his own at the moment. He's 5 seconds behind Coconuts, 8 seconds behind Ken. No pens, kind of bring it home. Solid points.
Doing his own perfect race. Fair play to him, and as you say, Shane, yeah.
I think the real battle now towards the end of this race is this battle for P2 on track. Not necessarily P2 overall, because Spidey has that. And then obviously Coconuts as well, trying to stay within 3 seconds of Switchback for a podium is the other, I suppose, fighting point, in this race. There's a few others as well for the lower end points. Caddy Mac and Ken were quite close there for a while, just outside DRS. But I think this is the main bit of action. As you see, Possession's already nearly a pit stop.
16 seconds in full. Fair play to him, in fairness. But as you say, Shane, I think Spidey isn't. He might have a bit of red rage going, the red mist coming down, because Switchback did make that move, but that was very elbows out. And Spidey will definitely not be the one to forget that too easy.
Agreed, but Spidey just has to sit where he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything rash. If it's not on, it's not on. Just stay there and keep Coconuts behind you.
That's it. Boys head take advantage of this instead of, as you say, crew going for it, and ultimately maybe.
Knowing Spidey the way I know Spidey, he's chilled. You know what I mean? If he tries to beat someone up, he'd be laid back on his back, chilling, having a kip and a hammock or something, really trying to knock someone out. That's how relaxed he is. He's always horizontal, bless him. So, for Spidey to get angry would really, really surprise me.
Yeah, I suppose you switch back to your advantage here. Stay in your DRS, save a bit of airs, just in case Coconuts gets close to you.
Yeah.
Because at the moment he doesn't have a lot, so use he's in DRS zone here. He has that. He's using overtake, but I suppose he might want to stay. He's using that to stay in, because he did have a poor exit, so he's down to 7/10 there.
Switchback doesn't have any either, so it's pretty much between the two of them.
Yeah. Oh, he had a little wobble.
Jackie and Evans, Toad's made the move. Nicely done, Toad.
He's on new tires as well.
Jackie and Evans in. Toad is. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, just Toad pit for a new wing, didn't he? He got some wing damage after his latest spin, so.
Yeah. And does he have enough laps? 8.5 seconds to Caddy Mac.
Jackson 128.0. Yeah, Toad and Callie got the same amount of penalties as well. Sorry, Gav, go on.
No, I was just going to say, but Assassin might be getting that fastest lap after all. Haha.
I wonder if he's tempted to pit.
He's close. He's very. I think he near has enough time. If you want to risk it.
Nah, it's too late. It's gone now. He's just fetched it. Yeah.
Spidey though, Spidey's after gaining a massive amount of time on this lap, about 4/10, lads. So he's
after running wide. Ran deep.
Damn it. He knows he was close. Still has another lap though. These two guys, I say, are sweating in that cockpit at the moment, really pushing hard to try and get this second place on track. Spidey just keeping the pressure on, as you say, Shane. Will he really go for a move? I don't know. But he's definitely making switchback sweat for this one, guaranteed.
Yeah, like, you do want to beat him on track, but is it worth beating him on track for the same amount of the points that you're going to get by sitting behind him? You know, he's going to get 32 points. Sitting where he is, he gets 32 points if he passes him. You know
Win
what
it
I
or
mean?
bin it. If you ain't first, you're last.
And he's pulling out on a bit on coconuts as well. So coconuts now is 2.9 behind him. So he has that little bit of, and you know, there's only a lap left basically. So you have that buffer, you know, P2 as you are. Switchback just has the 3 seconds, isn't he? So I think he's still quite comfortable for P3 now.
Yeah, he is comfortable with P3. Just 3 seconds.
The only thing is, if Spidey's pushes him into another corner cut, he could be on his, you know, he could be one corner cut away from another one. Then that knocks him off the podium spots.
Just want to say there, lads, as well. Just looking at this chat there on the old YouTube. It's absolutely fantastic response from everyone out there. Keep the likes, keep the shares, keep the comments coming, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this Grand Prix as we're just on to the last lap at the moment. But yeah, great to see everyone saying hello, keeping the faith out there, and yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, appreciate it. We all do.
Keep it real.
It's up Assassin, Janie Mac. He is like 20 seconds up the road. I didn't think he was that far. He's coming into the hairpin at the moment, lads. I think I might just stick on board, just so we don't miss it, to be quite honest with you, because it has been a dominant performance yet again from this young man. But at the same time, he really hasn't had much TV time because he's been leading this all race long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolute masterclass. Like, that's it. Like, you know, we're kind of speechless in this commentary box. Yeah.
I think it's more now we just expect it, you know? And it's no disrespect to any of these lads, and I really thought that with the lads coming in from Tier 3, Tier 2, we'll put them a bit, and you know, with Switchbacks joining, and we know the likes of Jackson. Obviously, Paynes is a big loss today. So Passassin's won the race.
Yeah, Passassin has won the Grand Prix. Fair play to him in the Scuderia Ferrari. 20 seconds up the road, but Spider-Man coming down into the hairpin. He has launched a bit of a challenge, but I think, as you said, Shane, before, no point binning it in the last corner just to get the exact same position. So fair play to the two lads. Spider-Man second, Switchback, great effort in third position as well. Just Coconut is in fourth.
Debut podium, yeah. Coconuts Tier 2 champion. Sorry, tell a lie. He was, if he raced every race, he would have been. But fastest guy in Tier 2 last season, I would say. I don't think Jack DNF would disagree with that.
Yeah.
P4 as well. Tommy P5. Ken back into P6 with that strategy. That worked out for him in the end.
Good.
So you have a look there, Jack. As you say, 8th, Toad in 9th, and then Judagomo rounding out the top 10. Across the line he goes there. Jackson in 11th, and then the rest of the lads there following up the rear. So what a great Grand Prix, lads. I've had a great one. I don't know about you guys.
Definitely 100%. It's great to be back on the track.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
Well,
it's good to have some time off, but it's good to be back as well.
Yeah. I think there was one stage over the week off where I didn't check Discord for like 3 days. I went on expecting a load of messages, and it was silent. So I was like, "Oh my god, it was great!" Everyone really kind of just everyone needed the week off. You know what I mean? I think everyone just wanted to step away from F1 for a week and do whatever, play some other games, play no games. Don't you keep your PlayStation off? But it's great to see everyone back on track now, and looking forward to Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
I won't be watching. Will I be watching? No, I'm off. I could actually be. I might be here on Wednesday.
Ooh. Right.
I think I might do some testing on Barcelona for Wednesday because it's an old test track.
I nearly let slip there, Gav. I was like, no, it's not.
So you nearly did it. You nearly did it then.
Well, Spain. Well, technically it could have been the random track. I didn't really take it because Spain is part of the first half of the season.
I'm here for the goss. I'm here for the goss. Yeah. Come here, Passassin wins the Grand Prix with a dominant performance there, 20 odd seconds in front of Spider-Man in second, and switch back in third. Fair play to everyone on the podium and all the drivers in this race. It's been an absolute fantastic watch as we're joined by the podium finishers, lads. How he is getting on, great entertainment. Thanks very much and well done.
Who's with us?
Who's that?
It's just back.
Nice debut, mate. Welcome to PLR, P3.
Definitely. Excellent.
Fair play to you. We seen you and Spidey. Spidey, are you there? Not at the moment, but there was some serious pressure there at the end. Fair play to you. It was great to watch you for a solid 10 odd laps. These are just really hard at it.
Here he is.
Spidey, well done. How are you doing? Fair play to you.
Switchback just said the same thing. He was the same. Yeah. Yeah. Any word from the race winner? Is he
I have had him, but he's not here.
Right. Okay. Was there a bit of contact between you into turn one there, or was it just one of those elbows out racing? But it was okay, like. Yeah.
Nice save, I must say. It looked deadly. We were looking at it from like a bottom angle, and it was just a beautiful shot. It's nice. It's nice. Well, you guys.
It's a difficult track to have wheel-to-wheel racing because it is hard enough to overtake. So.
He's all had some
just goes to show how great a driver was.
Yeah, man, it really was nice, and you had some really nice side-by-side battling through the last corner, down to turn 1, turn 2, all the way through the S's there as well, lads.
Yeah.
I think Assassin's with us now. Are you here, mate?
Yep.
Well done. Back business as usual.
That was a good race.
Go? Happy enough?
I mean, I got nothing else to say except I just gave it my best and got the win and a pole. So it's 43 points in the end.
Yeah, he missed out on fastest lap because a few people had a few incidents, so they lost a couple of wings, so they had to jump in for some brand new boots. So that's why you would have had the lot if it weren't for that. But still not to be sniffed at. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fair play to
the
man,
thought
absolutely.
process that came into my head there is that all these changes, the same results. You know what I mean? So we've changed a lot of things, reduced the number of races, made it random, announced them on the day. But Possassin still gets pole by 7/10 and wins by 21 seconds. So.
Thank you.
I'll think of something to slow him down. Don't worry.
It's like us throwing these things to slow Mercedes down, you know, and helping the higher rate cars. But
well, no, he's in a Ferrari, isn't he? So if you put it on realistic, he'd be last, so it'd be all right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That won't make any difference. That won't make any difference.
Last the first challenge, Perez challenge.
Did you feel much of a difference, lads, finding out the race on the day and not having that much practice? Like as we mentioned before in Discord and stuff, that we've raced at every track, you know, countless times. We have setups for every track. We pretty much have maxed out. We're pretty much at our best on time trials. So it's not like a week's practice is going to be a huge advantage now at this stage of the game compared to if the game was brand new and we're learning the game, learning the track. So, did you feel much of a difference? Maybe Q1 took a bit time to get used to, or did you feel like it did take a good part of the race before you felt comfortable?
Yeah, I was definitely like getting more acclimatized in quali. I had some practice before the race, but yeah, it definitely made a bit of a difference in the end. Yeah. But Q3 came around and I was acclimatized.
Yeah. Switchback. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Spy, did you find a difference now? Not really. Yeah. 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 At this stage, it's not going to make a difference. Exactly. Like for new game comes out, I think we'll relax it a bit and we'll, because people do need, like, if you think about it, the first season we raced around here, we're probably a second faster. You know what I mean? And now than we were then. So, getting that time to practice is important. It's the same even in real life. You see what they bring in a new car, whatever, testing, they have, the parts, an engine, an ICE might last 5 races, and then as they get further into that development, that engine now has to last 2 races or 3 races. You know what I mean? So the more we do it, the less practice or the less kind of work we need to do to kind of be at that level. So, yeah. Yeah. Adding the points in as well, give drivers more of an opportunity to score if they're having a bit of a bad race as well. So, yeah, brilliant.
All right, guys. Yeah,
well
fair
done,
play
lads.
to all our podium guys there. Absolutely, congratulations to Passassin there on the race win. Spidey and Switchback for the second and third positions. Great racing as always. I've had a great one, lads. I don't know if you guys want to say anything else there.
One last thing is, you guys. I was just going to say something. I just wanted to mention again, Paynes. We're all here from, and we look forward to him getting back in the seat and winning races, getting pole positions, and giving these lads a good race because we know that he's well able for that. Yeah, that's really it. And Wednesday, Tier 2.
Oh yeah.
Another track we'll find out on Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
certainly will.
And then Tier 3 on Friday. I don't know if we're starting an F2 championship for sure. That is happening.
I'm not sure what's going on. Owen is your man for that.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Owen today, so it is happening. If it's starting this week or not, probably not. I'm in work the next few days and I have college work, stuff like that, and assignments to get done by the end of the week. So it is going to happen. It'll probably follow the normal sprint race, feature race, probably on a Thursday. It might be a bit too short notice to get it going this Thursday, but probably for the next.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good when you do it in there anyway, because it works everything out for you, so you don't have to faff around with anything. So
exactly.
Yeah. Sound.
Grand.
Handy.
So I think that's it. You were going to say something, Crew?
I was going to say, not just the podium boys who are here, some fantastic drives everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like Iquaz got up to P5.
Yeah.
Coconuts his first time in Tier 1, P4. Ken stretching it out, mix it up with you boys at the front, end up with P6.
Yeah.
It's
a pity
some great
Leo.
drives.
Leo,
it was.
P2 in quali, and I think there's a big question mark now on what's the story with him going forward.
Yeah.
But sure, we'll discuss that and we'll look at that. But he showed all the ability and all the hype that maybe I was probably overhyping, but I think he delivered in qualifying, and he showed that he's
Yeah.
But we'll have to see what the crack is because, we can't be having drivers do qualifying and then leave us there a race. What's the point?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Anyway, we'll figure that one out later at a later stage. Everyone out there on YouTube, thanks very much for watching this broadcast. I've been Lemony Tang, it's been Crew and Shiner in the commentary booth. We'll see you again soon. All the best.
Ta-ra!